Take with a grain of salt is an idiomatic expression that advises someone to be skeptical or cautious about the information they receive or the truthfulness of a statement. When taking something with a grain of salt, it means to not fully believe or accept it at face value, but rather to approach it with a healthy dose of skepticism. The origin of this phrase can be traced back to ancient times, with its roots in ancient Greek and Roman history. The Roman naturalist and writer Pliny the Elder recorded an anecdote in his work, Naturalis Historia, during the 1st century AD. He described a method of improving the flavor of a dish by adding a grain of salt. The idea was that a small amount of salt could enhance the overall taste, much like skepticism can enhance one's discernment and judgment. Over time, the phrase evolved to imply a sense of caution in interpreting or believing information, especially if the source is questionable or the claims seem dubious. It is often used to remind individuals to approach information critically and not readily accept everything they hear or read without scrutiny. When someone advises you to take it with a grain of salt, they are suggesting that you should exercise discernment and consider the context, credibility of the source, and any potential biases before accepting the information as truth. It encourages an attitude of healthy skepticism, which is essential in an era of information overload and widespread dissemination of unverified or misleading content, especially on the internet and social media. This idiom is particularly relevant in situations where rumors, hearsay, or unconfirmed reports are circulating. By taking such information with a grain of salt, individuals can avoid spreading misinformation and making hasty judgments based on incomplete or unreliable data. Additionally, taking it with a grain of salt is vital in critical thinking and decision-making. It prompts individuals to research, fact-check, and verify information before making conclusions or forming opinions. It also fosters intellectual humility, recognizing that one's knowledge might be limited, and there could be more to the story than initially perceived. The phrase is commonly used in various contexts, including journalism, politics, scientific research, and everyday conversations. It serves as a reminder to be discerning and open-minded, rather than readily accepting or dismissing information based solely on personal biases or preconceived notions. Moreover, taking it with a grain of salt does not mean outright rejection or disbelief. It merely suggests adopting a thoughtful and critical approach to assessing information, which allows for a balanced evaluation of its credibility and relevance. In conclusion, take it with a grain of salt is an idiom that advises caution and skepticism when interpreting information or evaluating claims. Its origins in ancient history highlight the concept of enhancing discernment, much like adding a grain of salt can improve the flavor of a dish. Embracing this idiom fosters a healthy approach to information consumption, encouraging individuals to verify, fact-check, and critically assess the credibility of the sources and claims they encounter. In an age of abundant information, taking it with a grain of salt is a valuable reminder to exercise intellectual humility, remain open-minded, and make well-informed judgments.